Hi there, this is our second video. Today we're going to analyze famous passage from the Wasteland taken from section 3, the fire sermon. This passage is dedicated to the figure of a typist, a secretary. I will read the lines and then try to analyze them together. At the violet hour when the eyes are back, turn upward from the desk, when the human engine waits like a taxi throbbing waiting, I, Tiresias, though blind, throbbing between two lives, old man with wrinkled female breasts, can see. At the violet hour, the evening hour that strives homeward and brings the sailor home from sea, the typist home at tea time, clears a breakfast, lights a stove, and lays out food in teens. This example is the one I quoted in the first video. Let's try to analyze these first lines, focusing on the two techniques which are typical of this poet, the mythical method and the objective correlative. So the scene is very simple. The violet hour, so it's sunset. There's this woman who's going home from her work, and there's an observer. The observer is Tiresias, the prophet from Sophocles' plays. He the poet says he's the old man with wrinkled female breasts. This is because Tiresias actually experienced both sexes in his life, was both a woman and a man. And now he's an old man and he's observing the scene. It's tea time, so it's time for this woman to go back home, and she finds her house, her home, untidy. She clears a breakfast, which means that she left what she probably had eaten for breakfast on the table. She left dirty dishes and cups. She lights her stove, so the room, the house, the apartment was cold. And then she lays out food in teens. These are three examples of adjective correlative. The fact that she left her dirty mugs, cups, and dishes from breakfast. The fact that the house was cold, so she has to light her stove, deve accendere la stufa. And the fact that for dinner she has food in teens. Which is a bit squalid. These three elements combined are the famous set of images which form the objective correlative. They are a metaphor, a clear example of a set of sensations and feelings, in this case the squalor of modernity, which is in contrast with elements taken from the tradition. First of all, the figure of Tiresias, but also when the poet says that the violet hour is the evening hour that brings the sailor home from sea, l'ora che riporta i naviganti, i marinai dal mare. Again, this is a reference to the old traditions of sailing and sailors. So by comparing these sailors that come home finally after many adventures, like I would say Ulysses, by comparing these to a common typist, a woman like many others, you have what the mythical method aims at, so the effort of contrasting past, which is glorious, and present, which is squalid. A drawing combination starts by the sun's last rays on the divan are piled at night to bed, stockings, slippers, camisoles, and stay. So the sun is setting, the sun's last rays. On the divan, she piled, sul divano ha accumulato stockings, slippers, camisoles and stays, tutta la sua biancheria, i corsetti, le calze. So the divan, which is her bed at night, that's another objective correlative, is again untidy. Il divano con tutta questa biancheria accumulata sopra. I, Tiresias, old man with wrinkled dugs, perceived the scene and foretold the rest. I too awaited the expected guest. Tiresias is a prophet, so he can foresee, lui riesce a prevedere what is going to happen. And what is going to happen? Someone is coming. Someone is going to visit this woman. He, the young man, Cabancula, arrives. A small house agent's clerk with one bold stare, one of the low on whom assurance sits as a silk hat on a bred for millionaire. So this man arrives, is Cabancula. Questo ragazzo è brufoloso. È un impiegato di un'agenzia immobiliare. One of the low on whom assurance sits as a silk hat on a bred for millionaire. E su di lui la sicurezza di sé ha lo stesso effetto di un cappello di seta su un milionario di provincia, vale a dire si capisce, you understand actually that he's trying to look self-confident, but he actually looks ridiculous. So again, this could be another reference to the objective correlative. The silk hat, which is a symbol of elegance, is now used or referred to a person who comes from the province. So that's a contrast which is quite evident. Or the fact he is Cabancula, he's full of spots on his face, so he's not that attractive. So this woman is waiting for this unattractive young man. The time is now propitious, as he guesses, the meal is ended, she's bored and tired, endeavors to engage her in caresses which still are unreproved if undesired. Per lui il momento è giusto, è il momento giusto per fare cosa? Per endeavors to engage her in caresses, per sforzarsi, endeavors, di coinvolgerla nelle carezze, which are unreproved, che non vengono respinte, if undesired, ma non sono neanche desiderate. So this man is trying to assault her, and she's bored, she's tired, she's not interested in that. Flushed and decided, he assaults her at once, exploring hands encounter no defense. His vanity requires no response and makes a welcome of indifference. Quindi arrossato e determinato, lui la aggredisce e le sue mani non incontrano alcuna difesa. La sua vanità non richiede una risposta e interpreta l'indifferenza come un benvenuto. So the woman is completely indifferent. She's not actually interested. She doesn't desire anything at the moment. But the man interprets this indifference as a welcome, which is again totally squalid. So the woman is like a passive animal. And I, Tiresias, have forsuffered all, and acted on the same divan or bed, I, who have sat by Thebes below the wall and walked amongst the lowest of the dead. He is another good example of the mythical method. Tiresias says, io, Tiresia, avevo già presofferto tutto, avevo già immaginato tutto nella mia mente. Su questo, tutto ciò che sarebbe accaduto su questo divano o letto, non si capisce se è un divano o un letto. Io che sedevo alle mura di Tebe e ho camminato tra il più basso circolo dei defunti. So this I who underlines again the mythical method. Io, Tiresias, che ho fatto tutte queste cose, adesso osservo questa scena squallida. Bestows one final patronizing kiss and gropes his way, finding the stairs unlit. L'uomo concede un ultimo bacio e si avvia. Gropes his way, più si avvia a tentoni, non sapendo bene dove sta andando. finding the stairs unlit, e trova le scale spente, nelle scale non c'è la luce. The stairs unlit is another good example of the objective correlative. So this man is now going home after having received what he wanted. And then he kisses her, like, okay, you did what you had to do. And then he goes away. And he finds darkness. The stairs unlit could be interpreted as an example of uncertainty. So he doesn't know where he's going because there's darkness in front of him. She turns and looks a moment in the glass, hardly aware of her departed lover. Her brain allows one half-formed thought to pass. Well, now that's done, I'm glad it's over. Lei come reagisce? La sua mente, her brain allows, le concede giusto un pensiero mezzo formato. Well, now that's done. È fatta. Finalmente finita. I'm glad it's over. Sono felice che sia finita. When lovely woman stoops to folly and paces about a room again, alone, she smooths her hair with automatic hand and puts a record on a gramophone. Una donna adorabile, lovely woman, stoops to folly, si abbassa a questo degrado, a questa follia. She smooths her hair, si sistema i capelli con un gesto automatico e mette un disco sul grammofono. Again, so she performs a series of actions which are passive, automatic, okay? So this passage is taken from section 3. The main theme of section 3 is the fact that the tradition of love is completely lost. The love has become mechanical. There's no passion in modern love anymore. Okay? Thank you for listening.